Hi, I'm Tim Enriquez with National Personal Training Institute and Mythos Publishing. Today's video we want to talk about the basics of building strength, and we're going to start from the very beginning. So this means we need to define what strength actually is. Strength can have a bunch of different definitions, but in this instance it's going to be useful to go with a classic textbook definition. We're going to start off with a relatively simple definition, and that's the ability of the muscle to contract one time. Okay, so as our muscles work and they contract, strength is only expressed. We only need to do it one time. This is most commonly referred to as your 1 RM. But if we look at things, we want to get just maybe a little bit more technical than that, because that's going to help us understand how to train for strength. So if we go with a little bit more of a technical definition, it's the ability to execute a motor pattern against maximal resistance. So the resistance is as heavy as possible, and our ability to then actually execute that motor pattern. And that motor pattern is pretty important because, as we're going to see in a second, strength is highly neural in nature. Right? People often have this attitude that strength is a general thing. You watch He-Man, you watch the Hulk, and they're the best at everything, right? The Hulk is the strongest, so he can do anything. But in humans, strength doesn't work that way. If this was true, then the person who's the best arm wrestler would also be the best power lifter, would be the best Olympic lifter, would be the best strongman, would be the best at shot put. But in reality, nobody wins all of those things. You have somebody who is the best shot putter, and that person may not be very good at arm wrestling, or vice versa. All right? So strength is extremely specific. Okay? It is not general. So you have to understand and accept this. Might be a little disheartening when you're a kid, you think it's all the same, but you've got to accept this and then move forward and understand what kind of strength you're actually training for. Okay? So it's not the same. Strength is highly neural because of your ability to execute that motor pattern. So did you learn how to do it? Can you use the muscles you have in the most optimal fashion? So obviously you need the building blocks, which is the muscle itself, but then you need the motor pattern, and the motor pattern of the two is definitely the most important. Because of that, we have what's called the principle of specificity. And that says that the body is going to specifically adapt to the demands that you impose on it, and some of those demands are going to be neural in nature. So once you can define strength, strength is usually classically defined as, in terms of an external thing, powerlifting, right? The ability to execute that motor pattern against the maximum resistance of the bench, the squat, and the deadlift to test your entire body total strength. If you accept that as your definition, we can move forward. If you want to have your own definition, that's fine, it's up to you, but that won't then jive with what everybody else is saying. If you need more information about this, feel free to check out my two books, NPTI's Fundamentals of Fitness and Personal Training. This will teach you everything you want to know about how the body works and how it responds to exercise. And if you just want to get beastly strong and maximize your performance with a barbell, check out All About Powerlifting, available in both hard copy and ebook. And also check out website All About Powerlifting for regular updated blogs, cool articles, things like that.